Hi, I'm Steve Bigger, Director of Equity Research for S&P Capital IQ. Welcome to this week's edition of Equity Analyst Forum. With me on Equity Analyst Forum is media analyst Westcott Rochette. Westcott, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So this week's focus stock of the week is Sinclair Broadcasting Group. Can you tell us a bit about the company?
Thanks. So it's a $3.3 billion market cap company. We have a strong buy opinion and a $40 target price. And it is one of the largest local television operators in the U.S. They've grown dramatically over the last 2 years through acquisition. They've done over $3 billion in acquisitions, and they've really more than doubled the size and led a consolidation wave in the industry. They now comprise roughly 39% of the entire households in the United States, the television households, and that would be the second largest television group in the U.S. They're also the -- 1 affiliate for Fox, CBS, ABC, as well as #4 for NBC. So they're a major partner with the networks. Its broad national reach and its strong network affiliation makes it very important for distributing content, reaching advertising, and most importantly for negotiating carriage fees with the other media operators, the cable and the satellite operators.
So what about the fundamentals of the company? What do you like about them?
Well, we like, first off, the local TV industry in general has very favorable dynamics. We see three things that really stand out to us. #1 is hyperlocal, the ability to reach local audiences through a broad scale, remain very attractive. #2 is retransmission, which is the fees that satellite and cable operators pay to local TV for the right to rebroadcast their signals, and that's been a very important growth aspect for these companies. It's grown tenfold to $2 billion as an industry in the last 6 years, and we look for it to triple kind of going forward. And then the last is political advertising. So we've all seen how much political advertising has grown in the last few election cycles. Well, local TV is where the majority of those funds tend to flow. And 2014 looks like it's going to be another contentious political year, and 2016 should break all records given it's going to be 2 open primaries. As far as Sinclair, they've really kind of driven through consolidation. And I think investors have really focused on the benefits, the near-term benefits of consolidation. We think they're ready to move to the next leg of the story, which is now that they've acquired this huge distribution platform, they're going to be able to leverage it going forward and drive both revenue synergies and operational synergies, margin synergies, which we don't think are really being focused on at the moment. Lastly, they have a lot of spectrum that they've accumulated, and the spectrum is going to be repurposed, and they're in a good position to be able to monetize that going forward.
So you mentioned the target price of $40. So what valuation tools are you using to get there?
So we apply an 8 times enterprise value to EBITDA on our 2015 and 2016 blended EBITDA. And to put that in kind of reference, a lot of recent transaction multiples have been occurring in the 9 to 10.5 range. So it's below that, and it's well within kind of historical levels. We use a blended 2015, 2016 because you get huge variability year to year given the political cycle. So it's important to encompass a full political cycle, and it will allow you to look at the run rate once all the acquired assets are fully on board.
So how about risks? What would you highlight there?
I'd say the 2 biggest risks are going to be regulatory in nature. And first is they're regulated by the FCC, and so there's going to be a change in FCC leadership. And you also have a lot of counteracting participants that want to move it in their favor, the cable companies. So, depending on how those flow, that could be a risk. The second is going to be campaign finance laws. So they've been a big beneficiary as the campaign limits, the contribution limits have relaxed. And so if there's a push to tighten those back up, I think that would have an impact on the industry and for Sinclair.
Okay, great. Thanks, Westcott.
All right, thank you.
And that's been this week's edition of Equity Analyst Forum. We'll see you again next week.